And welcome back to ESL Open Cup Americas. So the semi-finals, we are jumping in mid-series. We missed out on game one, but we just wrapped up on the lower semis on Wayne versus Hero. Hero is waiting in the grand finals, waiting for the winner of this very series. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the French Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player leading the series 1-0. Currently teamless, it's the ESL Masters Summer runner-up. It is GuMiho. Here we go. Again, we did miss out on game one. Because we missed out on game one, because we're jumping in mid-series as we're getting a proxy racks, we will not have predictions, not for this series, but we will have predictions for the finals. So make sure you keep your points ready. Keep them ready to be sent out into the Gamba, as we have proxy racks versus a very interesting variation here. Clem, he throws down his first racks back at home and is looking to throw down his second racks across the map. Interesting. Okay. So we got a 2 racks against the singular proxy racks of GuMiho. I think I favor Clem, right? I think I favor him here. He will be able to get his first Reaper out in time to defend, as well as pull the boys back at home. So he should be relatively safe, as the Reapers should be comparable timing wise to each other. And because of the second proxy racks, he's going to be able to be aggressive across the map, and he's going to be able to wreak some havoc. Obviously, it comes down to the execution, but we'll see how this... Oh my god. Never mind. He's lost his mind. He's crazy. He floats into the main base, throws out a tech lab outside of vision of the gas geyser, and we're going for proxy marauder in the main of Clem. This changes everything. Oh my god. Okay. And we're not done with the proxies. We have a factory back at home. We have a starport across them. I imagine this is going to be for a liberator, for marauders and a proxy liberator. Meanwhile, the first or the second Reaper is on the way. Clem still has no idea what is going on. Ay. Not like this. Not like this, Papias. Here we go. The Reapers are going to be going in. There is a Hellion on the way, and we are banking up marauders. Now, this Hellion will be able to deal with these Reapers, but it's still a ways away. SCVs are in a lot of danger. The first, the second SCV are going to be going down. But the Hellion does arrive, and we will force out these Reapers. Ooh, taking a lot of hits even. And now we can focus on the Marauders. And here we go. There is one Reaper to defend back at home. The Marauders, they reveal themselves. And can we hold on? The boys are being pulled to try to repair. We have one Reaper back at home as well. So far, the surface area is brutal to try to work through, but we will clean up these Marauders. We have the Reapers for it across the map. The Hellion goes down. The Hellion did go down. And GuMiho is being cleaned up. He is being cleaned up, is going to be losing all of his Marauders in the end. And as the dust settles, GuMiho is slightly behind in workers. Cyclone shows up. There's that starport. Was this worth it? that becomes the question. Was this worth it in the end? I mean, GuMiho did kill a lot of workers. If only he wasn't up against a 2 racks. If only he wasn't up against a proxy racks, because he also sustained a lot of damage back at home as well. As we take stock, GuMiho killed 7 SCVs. He lost 6. And GuMiho also lost quite a lot of those Marauders as well against those Reapers. Meanwhile, I'm loving this. It's a proxy starport, yes, but it is not for libs. It is for Banshees. I almost said cloak Banshees, but we're not quite investing that much. Banshees are on the way. Oh, never mind. It is cloak Banshees. Okay. You just double down. Can GuMiho defend back at home, though? He's got 2 Cyclones. Okay, Clem turns back around. He's going to be looking to defend with said Cyclones instead. Moving out with his Reapers. Again, GuMiho has plenty at home to defend. And the Reapers, more importantly, they are looking to scout, looking to get a read on what is going on. as I get eyes on the building CC. So we get a couple more SCVs in the end. 3, oh my god. The grenades popping up. Clem takes a massive worker lead, but it's not over because we are backing up these Banshees, waiting for a second Banshee, waiting for Cloak before we commit. Oh my. Oh my indeed. GuMiho going for his own expansion back at home, setting up defensively. Do have another Rax on the way. Tanks in production. He's taking a pretty solid defensive position here back at home. The question becomes, do we have enough to defend back at home here for Clem? He is muling heavily. He is muling very heavily. He does have Cyclones and Marines. He has anti-air, and he's about to have Stim. As long as he has detection, he can and will clean up these Banshees. That's a big if, because he does not have enough energy for a scan. Not for quite some time. Cyclone goes down. SCVs are being targeted down as well. Some of them are pulled away, but so many of them fall. 5, 6 SCVs, and Clem is going for a counterattack. He's going for a drop across the map. He knows that he is losing too much. Zero mining going on right now for Clem. 13, 14, 15 SCVs, and the mules as well. We run out of Cloak, and Clem, we gotta go. We gotta commit. Stim is done. We go for the drop. There are some Cyclones in position, but Stim is complete, and we go straight for the mineral line. 1 Cyclone does go down. 3, 4, 5 SCVs as well, but we're running out of steam. Clem is running out of units. Oh, he bled out a little bit too much. And Clem now loses the economic lead that he once had. He wasn't in a bad position, but now things are looking a little bit bleak for our Blue Terran. He still has a standing army though. He can still pull this off. He's moving out across the map, but the Banshees, they come back in. And there's so many of them. Bit of overkill, bit of overdamage, but regardless, we get to 4 more SCVs. There just wasn't anything to kill. If there were more workers here, then they would have died, but we just didn't have the saturation for it. But here we go. Across the map, Clem moving towards that natural. What does GuMiho have to defend? He has stray tanks, and the boys have to be pulled. The repair, ooh, barely isn't enough. But the reinforcements are. GuMiho, he cleans up the push. GG gets called. And GuMiho takes the series 2-0, moving on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. GuMiho just snowballing out of control. Whew. Getting far too much done. Not just when it comes to economic. I mean, yeah, mainly when it comes to economic damage. It's just Clem just did not have enough to deal with those Banshees before they got out of control, and he wasn't able to do enough economic damage across the map either. He wasn't able to equalize. GG. GuMiho moves on. See in the chat. 2 years ago, a Terran did this to me in Gold League. I mean, White Angel does this a lot as well in GM. It's one of those things where GuMiho, that's what makes him so unique as a player. No one else would do this. Beyond wouldn't do this. Maru wouldn't. Maru may. Maru is an animal. Clem wouldn't do this. Hero Marine Spirits, they're not really this kind of player. Like, GuMiho is the one that's willing to think outside the box and to whip out these quirky and crazy builds when he knows he can get away with it. And GG, well played. GuMiho does it in the end and advances on to the grand finals. We are heading over to the Korean server. I don't want to be left behind as we get ready for the finals.